Hi, I'm Keith, and today I'm going to show you how to use Google to secure your ngrok delivered app in just a matter of seconds. To get started with this one, you're going to need two things. A Google account, I'm going to assume you already have one, and then an ngrok account. You can get that for free at ngrok.com. This is all demonstrated using the free plan, so you don't need anything special. Let's go ahead and dive into some code. So first of all, I have a very simple Node app here. It instantiates an Express library, starts on port 3001, says a server name, says the app's running on server name, and that's effectively hello world. It's not doing anything more advanced there. Now it's checking for two additional things. If the header ngrok auth username is there, it greets me by name. And then if the ngrok auth OAuth access token, yes, that's a mouthful, if that's there, then it goes ahead and displays the token. If not, it says there's no token present. So now let's go ahead and start this up. We'll do node app, make sure that's running. All right, cool. So now our application is running. We'll go over here, we'll open up localhost 3001, and sure enough, it's running. It says there's no access token present. That's exactly what we'd expect. Now let's go ahead and put ngrok in front of it. So go back to the command line, we'll open a new terminal window. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and start this up. So I'll do ngrok http 3001 because that's the port we're running on, and I'll go ahead and specify a subdomain. Subdomain will be Keith Google Demo, just to keep it nice and simple. All right, so now we've got this URL right here. We'll go ahead and grab this. We'll pop it back over to our browser and we'll open it up, and it should be exactly the same as we had before. Nothing's changed so far. So now what would it take to add OAuth in front of this application? Normally we would have to go in and modify the application, worry about access tokens, worry about authentication and authorization flows. With ngrok, you don't have to do any of that. So let's go ahead and do it. So we'll take the same command that we had before, and this time let's say OAuth equals Google. Now if all goes well, all right, cool, it started up just like we expected it to. Now if all goes well, we can go ahead and refresh this exact same URL we had before, and now we should have OAuth in front of it. And sure enough, it redirects over through Google. So I select my account, and sure enough, it greeted me by name, and it says there's no access token present. Now let's go ahead and look at what it actually did a little bit behind the scenes. So we open up localhost 4040. That's ngrok's built-in web inspector. We can go ahead and check to see what actually went from Google to us, to the ngrok tunnel itself, and then from ngrok back out to our browser. So here's what we have. Sure enough, we've got the host. That's exactly what we specified. We've got the ngrok auth user email. That's what Google specified as the ID or the username. The email itself. This is the user ID from Google. Wow, that's a pretty big integer. Then we've got the user, that's myself, and we've got some handful of other details. Nothing all that interesting, but sure enough, we've got it there. It's quick and easy. We just added Google in front of our application without any changes. Now, one flaw, or one weakness of this approach is this entire command is very ephemeral. You have to do that entire command each and every time that you want to be able to put OAuth in front of your application. And frankly, that's easy to forget. That's easy to make mistakes with. So let's go ahead and make one change. So go over to ngrok, and we'll go ahead and go to our login here. This will be under the dashboard itself. And let's set up a cloud edge. An edge is just, think of it as a template. Think of it as a cookie cutter of a bunch of settings. So we'll go ahead and create a new edge. This is HTTPS. We'll go ahead and create that. And then let's go ahead and specify an OAuth edge. And let's specify Google. With that, we'll go ahead and save. Now, we do a little bit different command this time. Instead of what we did before, we use this new command. And we'll put this on the command line. So this is the edge that we're specifying. Like I said, edge is a cookie cutter template of a bunch of settings. So we can go ahead and we specify that. We want to make sure we're on port 3001. And now we don't have a URL here. So part of the edge configuration itself is also endpoints. Now we can go ahead and configure endpoints. We can go ahead and create a custom one. But realistically, we have this one right now. So I'll go ahead and click on that. And if all goes well, we're redirected through Google again and back to our application. Quick and easy, repeatable, to the point. There's nothing else we have to do here. And now it's really cool. Every time I start a connection with this edge identifier, it's going ahead and automatically inherit all these settings for us. We don't have to specify it every single time. So that's using Google to front your ngrok delivered app in a matter of seconds. If you have any questions, drop us a note anytime. We'd be happy to hear from you. Thanks and have a great one.